back to another episode, brand new season 3.
Season 3 already. Wow.
It's been a journey, but time flies. So this past weekend, the Premier League kicked off, and there's so much to talk about. But before we get into it, there's there's an elephant that's missing on the podcast.
Yep.
Our boy Marcus will return. He's taking a little sabbatical, to deal with life and love and family issues. But
He will be back.
He'll be back sooner rather than later. But it'll be myself and Kaz holding it down for the foreseeable future. Hope you guys don't get tired of our Chelsea rhetoric. Hope we don't get canceled because of something I say, but we're gonna do our best to keep it as interesting, just as interesting as it was before. This is season 3. I already think this season's easily. It's not hard to be our best season. Like every episode, we get a new best episode. So, without further ado, how we're gonna run this? We're gonna basically just go through the table and talk about whatever teams are most relevant, and just talk about their preseason, their performance, and where we see them finishing this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
first,
the top of the Premier League, I think.
One reviews.
Do you want to do a full preseason review, or do you just want to go?
We can just do week 1. I don't think we need to do a full preseason review because week 1 is already started yet. So we'll just.
Yeah, it's already started. So we might as well go ahead and start with Arsenal in second place.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal, the big bullies they beat up on Wolves 2-0. A certain fraud, and I told you guys the slander is gonna fly. A certain fraud had a goal and assist. And
Kai Havertz.
And a certain Starboy also had a goal and assist. So they scored and assisted each other. And Zach, how do you feel about the Arsenal, the Gooners? Do you think they'll finally get it done?
I'll let you talk about Arsenal. I want to talk about Wolves.
Okay. Wolves, fine.
Why would you bench Matheus Cunha for this game? That's my only question. I leave it to you. Why?
He must not have been fit, because I see no reason why they wouldn't start.
Why is he not fit?
They didn't prepare properly.
Okay.
Their preseason must have been lacking. Maybe they get him back soon enough.
Oh, he came on as a sub. They just didn't start him.
Let me see what their preseason looked like. Oof. Preseason was tough for them, but
not great.
Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses. Not the best, but I don't think Matheus Cunha was enough to stop the L that was coming their way.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Wolves is an entirely different team with Matheus Cunha. Like, they play entirely differently. Like, they were just the team they fielded is just like a generic team. Like, oh, just get out there and let's see what can happen. But like when Matheus Cunha, like what does Xerxes say? He's not a 10, he's not a 9, he's a 9.5. That's literally how Cunha plays. Like, he's literally a 9.5. It's like, and Arsenal, the way Arsenal plays, it's catered to how Cunha wants to play, counter-attacking, because Arsenal is a high-pressing team. All their center backs are all the way up around the 18-yard box all the time. Like, this is a game for Matheus Cunha. Like, I sound like a broken record, but it's like look at Leicester City. How did they play today? They did literally how you're supposed to play against the top 4 teams. Let them possess the ball and counter attack on them because their defenses aren't very good. I mean, yeah, of course they're one of the best defenders in the world, but like if you put them one on one against fast wingers, they're going to get exposed. It's just what it is. So I don't know what Wolves was doing. They couldn't even get possession. I think the possession was 70% to 30%. It was just like they were just running around, you know. But that's what Arsenal does. They put the scare in teams because the coach probably thinking, oh, let's just survive going 0-0 and then no. No, this is the Premier League, man. You gotta put your best foot forward. Like what I'll take it back to the Leicester game. Even when Leicester went down, they didn't just go out of their game. No, they kept on fighting. So yeah, I don't know what to say about Wolves. Like I like if I'm a Wolves fan, I can't see a performance like this. I don't care who we play. I rest my case.
It seems like some of these teams they forget how to play against certain teams, and as Cunha coming on, he did have create their biggest chance, and
Of
he
course
did
he did.
33% of their shots on target after
Of
he
course
came.
he did.
So
It's just stupid.
yeah.
I'm sorry. It's stupid.
So whatever the coaching reason was, like
Not the right one.
do
Wrong
not.
decision.
Honestly,
Go ahead.
I don't really support, like, especially like first game of the season. I don't support leaving your best players on the bench
You
because
don't want to do that.
because
That's
nobody
stupid.
who's fit really. Like nobody, no team
He's really
is
fit.
ready. So it's
Thank
like
you.
unless he's injury risk,
Which he's
put him on. Start him. If he's like physically fit, put him on. I don't care if he hasn't had time to prepare. It's football.
Now that Pedro Neto is gone, can you name me another player on that team?
Nope. I went on.
Samido?
I was looking.
That's it.
I was looking for Adama Traore. Then I remember he doesn't play for
He's in
them.
Fulham. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Jose Sa. I know Jose Sa, even though I couldn't.
okay. Jose Sa. Okay, he's our goalie. All right, for fantasy or
Oh,
something.
Juan Hee-chan. They got Hee-chan still.
Okay, we know the little Korean guy. All right, cool. Like, that team is Mateus Cunha or bust. I'm sorry. I don't know what. I think it's Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
And I actually gave him a lot of credit last season for what he did with Wolves, but bro, got to be better. All right.
Well, I mean, if I was to comment on the Arsenal side, I'd just say,
Yeah.
this your average win, your routine win for them. I guess Havertz stocks really are up for them. He's playing
Mhm.
really well. Saka,
He's their starting striker.
hasn't lost a touch.
Arteta believes in that guy, so
and they didn't sign any striker, so it's like either out of they couldn't or they think he's their man. Either way, he's still performing for them. And
it's funny because this is what I was saying. We should be patient with Kai, but it's okay. It's okay. It's
hey
over.
man,
It's over.
that 67 bid came out of the blue, and it was just like you got to accept those when they come.
Kai wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted out, just like Mason Mount wanted out. So like, I'm not. Yeah,
I will talk about the Chelsea fans and what their problem is later, but we're all the way at the bottom, so we'll get to ourselves last. But
Leicester,
I
has
found
more
out.
points than us. Leicester City has more points than us.
Hey. Most of the Premier League, 90% has more.
Continue.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. Arsenal. Let's look forward. What did Arsenal have to look forward to this season?
Finishing
I found out recently that Arsenal are the best losers in the history of the Premier League. They have a record 8 runners up, and if I was to give a prediction, I think they're going to extend that record to 9.
Yeah.
I think they might be able to go in the cups. I think if they really do want to win something, their best luck would be going for a
They're
cup.
terrible in cups under Arteta.
But
it's been shown. The only cup they had was what we handed to them.
They
City Community Shield.
Yeah, they have an FA Cup and a Community Shield, which I
Yeah,
don't believe they shouldn't have been in the
they're
first.
terrible in cups. How did they do in the Champions League last year? How did they look in the FA Cup last year? League Cup.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is Mark 3 of them being good. Maybe this season they'll figure out how to play in cups. Well, what do you think they're gonna do this season?
They'll win one cup. Yeah, League One, something.
Yeah, I could see them winning the cup there. I don't see them winning the league, but definitely, I think the expectation, even if you're the most diehard Arsenal fan, like yeah, I've asked their fans,
They know.
where do you think you're going to
They
finish?
know.
They already know. So
They already know.
just when
Nobody's like, oh my God, we're gonna win. No, you're not gonna win the Premier League. Like
yeah,
it's not guaranteed.
yeah. Well, we'll see. I think Arsenal have a pretty. Oof, they do not have a tough. They do not have an easy um next set of games. They got Villa, Brighton, Spurs, City, Leicester.
Premier League knows what they're doing by putting Villa
Yeah,
next. They
I
know
mean,
exactly what they're doing. I love it.
you'd rather get those hard games out the
Mhm.
way, but you need to get points in those games. So
Yes.
yeah.
No, but Villa is looking really good as well. So
Oh yeah. Villa's we get to them.
yeah,
Next up we have Liverpool. Liverpool lost their talisman and Klopp. You know that it was a disaster. It was a shame just
they
seeing
still
how they
look like one of
folded.
the best teams in the Premier League to
But
me.
now they have Arne Slot, who it doesn't. It looks like nothing has changed. There's still Salah.
It
There-
looks like he just slots in perfectly. Thank you.
yeah, I see
We
what
need like a sound.
but
Yeah, yeah.
he did slot in perfectly. I guess all they're really waiting for to really take them to the next level is for them to slot in some signings because I think
I don't know if any signing is gonna do anything more than like they're a very good team. They can compete with anyone.
well they still every good team can still get better. Like they're not consistent over the entirety of the season, and that's where signings would come in to bolster their ranks and improve the team. I don't know if this is a true stat, but it was either every team in the top 5 leagues has signed someone apart from Liverpool, and it's not that they're not trying to sign. It seems like they're being rejected left and right, and I don't really know why.
Because of their coach.
The coach just doesn't have the pull.
No, there's not.
Well, I think Liverpool definitely will need some signings. It's like there's no team, no matter how good you are, you can always improve in a couple key positions. And
Even if they sign no one, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish third or second.
oh yeah, they're still a
It's
top team.
like there's still they could bring up a random kid called Clark from Ireland, 16-year-old from their youth team, and then midfielder, and he's all of a sudden a generational talent. Like I'm not worried about Liverpool. I don't worry about them anymore. As long as Mo Salah is there, okay, Jota is there, okay, Virgil is there, Allison is there. I'm not worried.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
still got their guys, but them guys do be going missing when it
But
matters.
apparently they're trying to sell Luis Diaz, which I just think is completely
That was fake news. That
yeah,
was fake news. He wasn't going. It was linked to Man City. It was just fake news.
yeah.
He didn't. It's not going anywhere. But I guess we're in agreement with them. Like top four, like it's just routine. Top four for them. I think their coach is definitely still the same type of attacking
He
football.
didn't change up anything.
Yeah, he didn't. They
He just said go and play, guys. Let's go play. I like that. I like that.
they be.
But I mean, it kind of helps the coach too when you have like 4 or 5 veteran players who have won things. So like they already have a style of play. You don't really have to change up too much. And like going for the future, they can even add to the coach's Arne Slot's philosophy and make it better. So like, yeah, um, I'm not that surprised because of the experience on the team. You know,
Yeah, and like they also had the benefit of a stellar preseason, nearly flawless
Pretty much.
preseason. They just had a draw to Las
Mhm.
Palmas at the end there, and they also have a easier set of games coming up. Brentford, United, Forest. Sorry, United fans, but that's an easy fixture for Liverpool nowadays. But yeah, Liverpool, they'll be alright. I don't see them. Do you see them contending for the title?
I don't see anyone contending for the title. There'll be contenders. We know there is going to be contenders.
There's contenders, and
It's a
then there's
foregone
you know who
conclusion.
I have in the pretender category. Pretenders, contenders, and then there's
Liverpool will contend. Then Arsenal are pretenders.
yeah. Uh, we didn't waste no time. All right, well, Liverpool, same old new season, same old players. Still have a top 3 squad in the league. I'm gonna skip Man City. We're gonna do Man
We'll
City.
do that at the end.
Yeah, right when before we
Sorry.
do Chelsea.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Aston Villa. Aston Villa have done the exact opposite of what I told them to do. But I guess they don't care. Why would they listen to me, right?
Exactly.
Gone out and spent and improved their team.
Because they have a coach that they trust.
Mm-hmm. Starting with Onana, I think it was like 75, 65 mil from
And
Everton.
then I scored.
He scored 4 minutes. So, Schlegs, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. He scored.
Funnily enough, I actually had West Ham upsetting them, but no, it was not meant to be.
Nah,
West Ham was nowhere close, even though.
I don't think West Ham's good enough. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like something's missing. They need some wing backs. Kufal, I don't think Kufal is good enough. Kudus is cool. Suchek is cool. Alvarez, they
Yeah,
got to switch Alvarez to center back. He can't play in the center mid in the Premier League.
look, they
And
did
then
one.
they need one, like, okay, Paqueta, but Paqueta is not an 8. Paqueta is a 10. They need an 8 that's dynamic. Kudus is not an 8. He's a winger. So they something's missing.
I think they definitely they did one good thing, which was Kurt Zuma is no longer their guy and their captain. They're trying to get rid of him. I've been saying it every time for the past
And their
couple of years.
coach. And their coach.
Oh, they got a new coach, Joanne Lopetegui.
Pategi.
Yeah, Lopetegui is making changes.
I had no idea he coached Real Madrid.
He had a career on him.
He coached them for
Coached
once.
Spain. He coached Real Madrid.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Sevilla, and then now Wolves, and now West Ham. So it's like he's definitely building something, but
Mhm.
he hasn't had the time that Emery has had with Aston Villa. And while I do not think Lopetegui is a better coach than Emery, I think he's of the level where he can take them up a notch from what easily from what
Yeah, from David Moyes. Yeah,
Moyes do.
yeah. It's like night and day.
Yeah, easy upgrade. I think.
But they still play that style of football, though. I'm telling you, it's the players. If you don't get new players in there, it won't change much because they still
Starting
trying to play that style.
with Mikel Antonio. Like let's
Especially when
start.
they go down. Especially when they go down in games. Okay, fuck
Yep.
it.
No,
Kudus, toss the ball in, long balls.
yeah.
Jared Bowen, chase. It's just like, come on, man. Yeah, sure, that can beat Southampton, but
But
it's not going to beat Aston Villa.
I think there's some merit to that, and to like still playing the type of football
I
rather
mean,
than
that's
throwing
what the players.
all
I'm,
into what
yeah, I'm
and
not saying
expecting
that like
you
you
to
should
play
completely
that
change it
anyway.
up. Right, like I'm not saying that you should completely change it up, but what I'm saying is like the players, if
You're
the
gonna
players.
need the players in order to play
Exactly,
the system.
exactly, that's what you're gonna have to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah. West Ham. Let me see. Not the best preseasons. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Aston Villa. Okay, kind of mixed, very mixed. Okay, but still, where do we see them? These two teams finishing this year. Like, what do we see them doing? Because we got
Villa,
Aston Villa in the Champions League. I think it was their first
Villa
time.
on the Champions League. I can see them doing that again. Um, West Ham, I don't know. They need some players. Almost 10th, 8th. They need new players, man. They're still playing Morris football. What do you expect?
Well, if they want some young talented players, they can. There's a fire sale going on at Chelsea.
There
They can
is
keep
huge fire sale.
if they really need it. We
Huge.
we got too much, and we're willing to let them go. But as far as West Ham, I believe it will be very easy for them to improve on. They finished ninth.
That's what I'm saying. And you got the same players. You brought Nicholas Fulkrug. Come on, man. You need more. Like you need way more than that. Don't. Yeah. All right.
Like their improvement is basically becoming one of the top teams in the Premier League, and like you need the personnel to do that.
They don't have the personnel. You don't.
Yeah, right now, like
Like with
at least
all due respect to Thomas Socek, he would not be starting for any of the top four teams. All
yeah,
due respect. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
and that's their captain, their best midfielder. Yeah, I'm sorry.
that's rough, man. Like at
Mhm.
least both teams, I can see them at least maintaining their level. I think West Ham will want to
I
get
mean,
into
like,
Europe. I
have you compared Aston Villa's CDMs, Boubacar Kamara, and the other guy? I mean, my God, it's night and day. And what's the other guy's Ruiz? Is night and Douglas Ruiz is night and day. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I
West
think
Ham
West Ham,
needs
like,
something. And they need Kufal is not good enough. And your captain, center midfielder, sorry, Thomas Suchek fans, he's not good enough. And you probably need another skillful midfielder, like an 8, because Paqueta is a 10. They try to play him 8, he's a 10. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised. Nobody has made a bid for Paqueta, but they probably want crazy money
Yeah, they want like 90 million.
as they should. But they need to sign some players in order to break into Europe.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa are just happy to be there, and they want to
Yeah.
maintain. They signed the players. They
I wouldn't
probably
be surprised if they made top 4. Yeah, I'm looking at Tottenham's performance earlier today. Yeah.
Spurs being Spursy.
Mhm.
You know,
Very, very much. And it wasn't because I actually watched the game. Like you could see the goal coming. Actually, Leicester City should have won 2-1 because Jamie Vardy kicked himself for missing a sitter. But yeah, Spurs is in trouble.
all
They
right,
escaped Leicester City. I'm telling you, we might as well go on to Spurs.
all right. Let's go.
Spurs are in trouble this season. Yes, I'm saying it. They're in trouble. Um, their attacking play isn't consistent. I can see Ange, what he's doing, but those players aren't good enough. Johnson, he's all right. Pedro Porro is okay. James Madison he's solid. Song, he's son, but like, man, Bentancur. Oh, what's his name? Uh, Cisse, Papa
Uh,
Cisse.
was it the one that got suspended? Sar.
Sar. I don't know why I keep calling
Okay,
him
Sar.
Sar. Pape Sar. He's all right. Basuma is actually their best midfielder. He's a problem.
Yeah, he's the
But
one who man. Yeah.
that's one player in the midfield that I'm actually scared of, you know?
Oof, this is
And
not gonna end well. Did they
who's
sign? Did they sign Timo Werner permanently, or was it another loan?
another loan?
But they definitely signed Solanke.
Yes, Solanke looks all right, but
Mm,
I don't know. His finishing left a lot to be desired today, but
Former
we'll see.
Chelsea, youth
Former
Chelsea.
Chelsea youth, yes.
Like their goal scorer Pedro Porro went down injured. That's gonna be a huge blow for them if he's out.
Yeah, he was injured for like it was like a good 7 to 10 minute break. Like it was a bad injury. It was a bad injury. He's
Bentancur out too. Like it's not looking good for Spurs, man.
Yep. And that defense is looking shakier and shaky. Bro, they should have
Especially since we know how
two,
stingy
three,
they are
one.
with their purse strength. But once again, if any Spurs fans at Daniel Levy, come to Chelsea. We're having a fire sale. I'm sure you could find one or two players that will slot into your system.
Udogi was getting cooked by some no-name winger number 7, Malwani. I don't know
The
what.
guy who got the assist for Vardy.
Thank you. Thank you. He was getting cooked all day
From
long.
Ghana, it got cooked like Ghana Joe.
Yes, inside, outside. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. It was bad. And like, especially the fact that Angie's system didn't really help Udogi either because he's like all the way forward. And then every time they counterattack, getting cooked. Cooked. And then Jamie Vardy. Van der Ven and Romero had no idea where this man was, bro. None. He was wide open. There were
Wow.
no one marking him.
Funnily enough,
Oh,
Leicester
God.
have Harry Winks in their midfield.
They
Who
do.
played?
Harry
He
Winks.
just played for. He was just at
Tottenham.
Spurs.
He was a Tottenham player, yes, and he played very well,
They still
especially
got. They still have
especially in the second half. He played. I think he controlled the game very well.
him and Ndidi.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is the best game I've ever seen in DD play. Did
Ndidi.
he had two? He had two like off the line blocks. Two, one from a corner, and then another one from like a header that he just straight up just blocked. This is the best game I've seen in DD play, like by far.
And
Yeah.
38, 37, pushing 38, Jamie Vardy.
Bro,
Came up,
he still looks 29.
he got promoted like what, 4 tiers, won
Yes.
the league, won the FA Cup, got
Yep.
relegated, won the
One-
EFL,
yeah.
and scored against Spurs. Oh my
Yes.
God.
And
Did you see
he didn't
celebration?
he
Did you
didn't
see him, did he?
I saw the celebration, but he didn't play in preseason either. That was his first game. His first game.
Look, I'm not saying they should drug test him, but I'm saying maybe think about drug
You know
testing.
why they won't find anything? Because one of the players, I think, who was it? One of the players that played with Jamie Vardy, I think maybe Wes Morgan or Riyad Mahrez. He said Vardy before every game, he stuffs himself with a lot of candy, a lot of sugar. It makes sense. It makes sense. Chocolates, sweets, whatever.
Yeah.
It makes sense, man.
It's a
That might be the recipe.
37.
37. He didn't
37.
play one single minute.
37-year-old striker has done this.
He didn't play one single minute in preseason. And then he played, I think, like 60, 65 minutes today. Yeah. He should have scored the second goal. He literally, I think he like kicked the corner flag like crazy. Yeah, he should have scored.
I gotta give Jamie Vardy, like, streets will never forget, because he's still
He's going to be a problem this season. Yes, he's going to be a headache.
I know in his head he's shooting for that golden ball. He's like, Haaland who? In it, I know if I
He
was
scored.
I'd be
He
he's a top,
scored.
he's,
So,
top,
like,
he's tied for the top goal scorer right now, so
yeah.
it's possible. It's possible. Okay, now Spurs, Leicester. Where do we see them finishing?
Spurs 7th, 8th.
Oof,
Unless there's changes, which Daniel Levy doesn't do that.
it doesn't do that. The ex Postecoglou is like
I normally win my second time around.
yeah.
I was like,
Not
okay.
looking good, Chief.
Okay,
I
buddy.
like confidence,
Okay,
but
buddy.
This is the Tottenham. This is the history. Jose Mourinho failed. Conte failed. Coach failed.
And you come and do what? Every time every time Jose Mourinho goes on his Jose Mourinho rants, I won everything except Spurs. Exactly.
Spurs.
Except Spurs. Spurs is the one dirty blotch on that man's record.
Bro.
Same with Conte.
Everybody, all the top managers, they won everywhere else, but they're crazy. But yeah, Leicester, I think they were the best thing by a mile in the EFL. They did not belong there.
They looked like the better team today, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I could easily see they're finishing top half.
They look like the better team today because they have a plan of how to deal with this high possession team. Just counterattack on them. They have fast wingers. They still have Jamie Vardy. They still have Ndidi. And the way they possess the ball, it's so different. Like they don't just pass it around. Like no, their play is very dynamic. They switch the field a lot of crosses, but the crosses aren't like just into the crosses they're crosses, but they're really possession crosses. Like they're just switching the field. They just keep switching the field, and then every time, as soon as the defense shifts, they cross the ball in the box. It's a very, very dynamic, still possession, but dynamic. I would call it dynamic possession because they're not just passing the ball. No, it's pinged across the field all over the yard. And then when they do that, they press all the way up. So like every header there's basically like two Leicester City players around. It's a different style of play, which I'm like, it's interesting.
Another thing I like about their squad, they have almost like the perfect mix of youth and experience.
Yeah.
Like you get like a 27, then you get a 19-year-old starting.
Yep.
Then you have like a 20-year-old on the wing, and then a 31-year-old on the other wing. You know,
underrated signing, Bonanute from Brighton. Very underrated signing. He set up. Jamie Vardy denied him of an assist. He said he would have set him up for the game winner. Yeah, Bonanute is very underrated player.
I'm definitely looking forward to watching Leicester.
Me too. Me too.
They're very fun, upset.
They're a fun team to watch, man. They're
waiting to happen.
Yeah, all over the place.
All right. So next on our list. Wait, did we already get to the good stuff?
There's Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth.
Well, I think the next thing before we forget them is one Manchester United.
Of course not.
Manchester United, they scraped by Fulham.
They got lucky. It was really Fulham that just didn't take their opportunities. It could have been easily 3-1.
They also had like a game before that where they went 1-1 with the champions and lost on penalties. Oh no.
Did.
Oh no. But Manchester United, what do they have anything good to look forward to this season?
Yes.
Silverware on the table. They've made a couple signings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they do have
the dude that unfortunately got injured.
Yarrow's injured. Yep. But Xerxes looks, I don't know.
On his debut. You can't knock that.
Yeah, so did Anthony Martial.
I was just about to get there. But there's nothing wrong with scoring on your debut, though. It's still a good thing. It's still a good thing. You know who else? Anthony scored on his debut.
Thank you.
But still though, you just because two people that didn't do nothing scored on debut doesn't mean he also won't do nothing.
I don't know.
He's a 9.5.
He's a 9.5.
You know, I might steal it because I'm like, wait, have I been a 9.5 this entire time? Thinking I was a 10, but no. I like the term 9.5 better than false nine.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid. I like him already. So they finished. Where did they finish last season? They're in Europa League spot. Well, no, they finished below Chelsea.
Yeah, they'll
They won
finish.
the FA Cup.
I can expect a similar season from them.
They finished eighth. I think they will improve on that eighth, even if it's like sixth.
Oh, so you think Ten Hag will cook?
Yeah, I think it will cook something. Now, it might not be the best meal, but it'll be enough to satisfy and
That's what I'm saying.
people.
That's why, I think Jadon Sancho is on his way out, or he should be. I don't even know why he's there.
Oh,
I don't even know what the public they're all good now. It's all good.
no,
It's clearly not. It's clearly not. You couldn't even high five him when you scored the winning. Oh, it's not, bro. Sancho wasn't even looking in his direction. Sancho wasn't even like celebrating like that when they scored the winner. He was just standing there.
Well, I mean, Dortmund decided to be cheap and not sign him, so I guess he's stuck.
No, because they got their guy back, Gio Reyna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally think they have Mason Mount fit for the first time in ever, pretty much.
Yeah, he was pretty injured.
I thought I saw that he went down with injury again, but it must have not been that bad. He's back. Mino, Casemiro, still the same guys. Garnacho. These guys that played for them last season, they're gonna keep getting better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the young boys. They got the lit. That would be a great signing for them. So yeah, I can definitely see them improving.
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho is showing up as ill now. Oh my god! Here we go again.
Shags, if you don't want to be somewhere sick, can't come. I caught a cold last night. I'm sorry, I can't come in. I'm telling you, bro. It's only a matter of time. When you don't want to work somewhere, Shags, what do? Every excuse not to show up.
Yeah, until they fire me.
Yes, literally until they fire me. Yes. So we'll see.
My heart isn't in it no more.
No, bro. Jadon Sancho's heart has been gone from Man United for 2 years now. Trust me. Yeah.
Maybe just get rid of Sancho, get rid of Anthony, find someone that can actually play winger. Maybe hope and pray that Rashford becomes good again this year.
Hot take. Man City gets their Starboy back. Sancho. Hot take.
There's no space for him there. He's not good enough.
He's better than Grealish. What do you mean? He's better than Grealish. What are you talking about?
No, he's not.
What? Are you insane?
No, he's not better than Grealish.
He's way better than Grealish.
Performances.
Wow. Okay, what do you mean? Performances.
He's not better than Howe.
He's way better than Grealish.
What, dribbling?
Dribbling and creating chances off of his dribbling. Can Grealish dribble? Not really. He waits for you to make a challenge and then falls on the ground and asks for the ref to call a foul. He's way better than Grealish. Don't give me that. Jack Grealish. Please. I can name you multiple of young players that are better than Grealish. So being better than Grealish is not that big a deal. Trust me. It's not. Come on, man.
I don't see Man City signing Sancho.
That's why it's a hot take. That's why it's a hot take, because they would have to bench Grealish for him, and they wouldn't do that. But we know he's better than Grealish. We all do. It's obvious. But politics, bro.
Yeah. I mean, based on what he did in Dortmund, you can definitely.
Come on. Like, are you kidding me?
It's just not going to work out. It's just, hey, let's
not
jinx the boy. You never know. Like him and Ten Hag, by actually, go out and like have a couple of drinks together and realize they were best friends all along.
I don't know, man. It's
It
been
got
2 years. It's been 2 years, so it would have happened already. So
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. It's just weird. All right. Before we get to Man City and Chelsea, there's one more honorable mention I'd like to talk about: a certain Newcastle United. Now, last season, these men were injured. Their squad was decimated, and they finished eighth. Now they have a couple of their people back, and they won their first game against Southampton. Admittedly, it was only 1-0 against a newly promoted
Sandro
team.
Tonali doesn't do that stupid
Hopefully, it doesn't start getting
stupidity
again.
again.
But, their preseason, they lost their first preseason game against the A League All Stars 8-0.
Damn.
A League All Stars. I think that's Australian League. It's not even popping up when I click their name. But apart from that disaster, they had a couple wins. They lost to Yokohama Marinos. But they won all their other games against better competition.
If I
So
was if I was a Newcastle fan, I would be calling for Eddie Howe's head right now. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's see how this season.
man, that's tough, man. Already, it's a new season, man. It's a
hmm
brand new season.
And they looked yeah, bro. I would be calling for his head right now. But hey, like I said, let's see how the season goes. You know,
Let me see. Where is Sandro Tonali at? When is he expected back?
he had an 8 month ban.
But he got it at the beginning of last season.
He had already played a few games.
Fixtures, squad.
It could have been like halfway through the season because he'd played some games.
Where are okay? This is a midfielder. When is Sandro Tonali expected back?
Yeah, no idea.
It's not telling me.
It's not a year ban. It was an 8 month ban. I would think he's expected back this season.
He's expected back August 28th.
Yeah, this season. Perfect.
Less than 10 days from now. Is that nine?
Mhm.
9 days? Yeah. A little over a week, he'll be back. Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so they got him back. Let me see, who else are they? Do they have that's injured? Um,
I heard something. They're shopping for suitors for Almiron.
well, Almiron, yeah.
That's why.
Almiron
That's why they
second
want.
season was not as good as his first.
That's why they're kind of flirting with Madueke.
No, they can't have Madueke. I'm sorry. It's just yeah, they got a couple people that's out. Some ACL injuries, LaSalle's and Botman. That's gonna hurt. But apart from that, they're pretty much they're healthy. Zach,
Yeah.
do you think they have?
Trippier's back. Tripp is back. Even though Tripp
Yeah.
didn't gave me a big 0 points this weekend. It's okay, Tripp. I expect you to play better next time. Like, how do y'all win 3-4-0 and you have 0 points? That's unacceptable. But yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think it's bare minimum to expect them to finish higher than eighth and push for Europe. Like that's like what else would
It's
there
gonna
be?
come down to Eddie Howe, man. Like I'm saying, like I'm just gonna wait and see what foolishness he does again, and get a pass for it because it's Newcastle. Yeah.
No, I don't think they get a pass. I mean, he left Tripp
it's
and
it's
Almiron on the bench, but they did win. So it's like if you win,
Oh,
nobody
Tripp
can
even play. Oh, I didn't know
play.
that. I didn't realize that because I was like, man, how do you give me 0 points on fantasy, man?
They didn't play.
He didn't play him. Makes sense.
So yeah, it's like Eddie Howe. It's all in your hands now. I don't think they really even need to. They don't have. They already signed everybody they needed.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good goalkeeper in Pope. But now it's just okay. This is the project. Now win. Giving you everything you need. You've had 2 seasons. Time to cook.
Yeah, if they finish eighth, Eddie Howe gotta go. I'm sorry if I'm a Newcastle fan, but hey, Newcastle fans don't really expect much anyway. So
Yeah,
hey,
I've never met a Newcastle fan. So I don't
like
know what they want. Well, yeah, okay. So the game of the weekend. Obviously, it was at Stamford Bridge. We had our Chelsea versus the champions, defending champions, Man City, and we lost 2-0. If you know, both teams, obviously, one had a way better preseason than the other.
Mm-hmm.
One has just a better run, better signings, better, the coach than the other. I like to preface this as saying, I don't think it's very surprising that Chelsea lost, but
Mm.
the way we lost is a little very disappointing, you know. And I think it just leaves more to be desired. But Zach, what did you think about these teams, the game?
Caicedo should not play another Chelsea game for us. As a starter, as a starter, as a starter. All right, as a starter, because he did nothing that entire game. I'm really like thinking really hard because I was watching that game closely. He did nothing, and then the one thing he did was a goal. It's like, all right, fine. It's the first game. It's the first game. So I'm like, all right, like maybe I just sound crazy, but we didn't have any structure in our attack at all. It didn't look like it did in preseason. Am I wrong?
No, no, I think that whole attack, first of all, okay. This is the part where we rant about everything we saw wrong in that game. Yeah, I hope you guys are ready. But first of all, Nicholas Jackson came back from injury. There's no need to rush him back into starting.
He looked fine to me. He
He-
almost scored. So like I don't
yeah,
mind that. I don't
I
mind that at
just
all.
don't think like after Madueke is obviously your guy on the wing.
Exactly.
There's no point playing
He
Jackson when you
changed up.
can play Nkunku up front and play Madueke on the wing. No point rushing him back from injury and he's not fit
I mean, he
when
was
you
fit.
have Madueke, who has been absolutely tearing it up, left on the bench. You have Raheem Sterling, who's been frozen out. And trust me, I am not the biggest fan.
Should we ever bench Sterling in any Man City game ever?
Exactly.
I'm telling
Exactly.
you, like the coach, he's just
Freezing Sterling out for the Man City game
it's
out of
insane.
is insane.
My
It's crazy. Starting Madueke basically every game and then not playing him. Did he even
not
come?
playing him and then putting a Kunku on the wing.
Yeah, like
What's he gonna do out there?
it doesn't like if it's out of necessity, I can understand, but
Even out of necessity, he should not be
it's
playing
like
wing.
there's no reason to
Not be
play him
playing.
as a winger when we have options.
You might as well just play Mudrik there. Like, what do you mean? And then bring Kunku off the bench. Like, what are you doing?
Another thing, like Pedro Neto is a starter. Start him.
He should just thank you.
I don't care if he hasn't had enough time to play. How hard is it to play winger?
It's not that hard,
How hard is it to press and track back?
especially
He's not a dummy.
especially if you're one of the best wingers in the Premier League statistically for the last what
Start him
6 years.
on the wing, putting Kunku up front. Now Jackson, let's talk Jackson.
Although I
Uh,
wouldn't play Nkunku up front though, because that's not Nkunku's game. Nkunku likes the ball at his feet. That's just how he is. He loves the
I
ball
mean,
at his feet.
yeah,
So
but then the coach
unless
decides to play.
what I'm saying is unless you like have Pedro Neto making runs off of him, that's the only way it's going to work. Because Nkunku, he doesn't have the pace like that. You know what I'm saying? He's quick in short distances. That's why he likes the ball at his feet because he likes to do his Nkunku thing. So if you want him to just fill in for the other players around him. So you're right. If he could have played Nkunku as striker if he started Pedro Neto on the wing.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, just to add more to this. Like I thought, okay, this guy is playing two CDMs and a CM, but
Cito does
Bruno
not
Fernandez at 10, that experience,
work.
This is nothing.
Worst, that's
Experiments playing this guy at
literally
number
his
10.
worst position is 10. We know this. He's not a good 10.
Well, we know he's not a CDM. We know he's not a 10.
But
What
he's
is
a better CDM than 10, bro.
I think
He just needs someone next to him like Lavia.
he needs Lavia next to him.
Yes, like
What
because
was that work?
even in
You
on the
can't have two CDMs who can't track back and make tackles.
Argentina team, it's Enzo who's next to him, McAllister and Rodrigo De Paul. I mean, come on. So he needs someone next to
Yeah,
him who can make tackles and at least carry the ball some, like Lavia.
that
That's
that trio would have worked if he had played actual wingers. Like he had played actual Pedro Neto and
4-3-3.
yeah,
That's the
but
only way
he played a
that
four
works.
two
A
three
four
one.
three three. That actually,
Not,
that's what Poach did in our first game against Liverpool last year. He
mm,
played a 4-3-3, and Enzo was man of the match because he played 8. Okay.
yeah, if you wanted to play for it, you need two CDMs. You need
Yes.
Lavia and Caicedo. Or Lavia and Ugochukwu or Lavia and Carney, somebody that can run and make tackles in that midfield.
It's not
You
Caicedo, bro.
know, you
It's
know,
like it's
like
just like and it sounds like I'm hating on the guy, but dude, when you see a player playing on your team that you know, dude is not good enough. What am I supposed to say, Shax? Just shut up and sit down. You spent 100 million on him, and he's not even a starter.
it's showing up here as Cucurella injured. What happened to you, man?
Oh yeah, he had a hamstring tightness.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
his
that
hamstring was
was
tight.
it. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. The dude has played like he played every single minute in the Euros, and then you want to, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, another thing that's suspect about this team that I really gotta bring up is just Fofana, man.
Mm.
Fofana is like he's even
I'll,
throughout the
I'll
season.
give him a pass though. The dude missed an entire year. He's supposed to be like the next up and coming young defender. So I will pick him over Badiashile and
Oh yeah,
Disasi.
hey, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pick him over
You
Badiashile.
know what? I take it back. Now I remember how much worse it could be.
Right, right.
Why not go do your
Because
thing, man? Just don't get injured.
now, remember when Fofana was good? Remember how good he looked? He looked really good.
We paid a lot of money to Leicester for him. A lot.
70 million.
So
So he looked really good. It's just he got in that one bad injury put him out for an entire year.
ACLs, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And
Like,
he looks like he's fit. He looks fit. It's just like like when you're normally used to playing a lot of games because like he played what like 60 something games for Leicester. Like you need to get back into that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Just feeling it, feeling the ball at your feet, just making tackles, stuff like he'll. I think Colwill and Fofana eventually will be fine. The only thing that I disagree on is the fact that we didn't even look at what's the center back from Atletico Madrid that was a free agent? Hermoso? Mario Hermoso. Yeah. I think that would have solidified our defense. Just have a veteran in there. Just a veteran, man. That's been there, that's played, that's done that. That's done things. He's won things.
yeah,
And he's only 29.
we did not we have so far have failed to replace Thiago Silva, and
No,
it's
I don't even think we're thinking about it.
yeah.
That's the scary part. We're not even thinking about it. We're like, oh, we have big defenders, we have strong, fast guys. Okay, just put them in there.
We
All
still
right.
need that experience. We still
You
definitely need
you
that.
still need that experience, man.
Like
And
still at the end of the day, we still need like Ivan Tony. I'm like, why like just sign someone cheap that's cheap and good to play striker. But hey, I guess we're Jackson, Nkunku, and Gui. And then center back, we didn't sign a good experienced center back.
experienced center
That's
back.
lacking.
Yeah.
Still like all them signings were still somehow lacking important pieces in our squad.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Even our goalie, are you sure he's that good?
With
Do you want
Sanchez,
him
and
forever and
yeah,
ever and
we still
ever?
don't, we still don't have a elite goalkeeper.
I'm telling you.
Like, we have 8 of them, and none of them are elite.
And
So
it's still scary that George's performances from last season are still better. He just looked better. I'm sorry.
it's like really training by himself. It's a little crazy, and it's like I think it's a good thing to see that Maresca isn't like having the same problems with management, upper management that Poach was or had. But at the
Because
same
he's a
time,
yes man.
it's a little damning that he's not, because like
He's a yes man. He's gonna
that
okay.
doesn't really inspire confidence in me at
No,
all. Like you're just
no.
going along with everything. It's like,
Yes.
like so far, as if I had to rate you, like my guy Maresca, based on this game and just like the common sense things that just didn't make sense.
He
Like
just did
it
everything that
really just
he should not do.
didn't you give him an F for this game? I mean, I
Yeah.
gave him a pass for preseason, and I
Yeah.
even
I
like
gave him I gave him a
I'm not even mad
complete
at
pass
him.
season. I
I'm
gave
not
him
even mad at him for losing. It's just like your
the way we
decision,
lost. It's the way
like the
we lost.
substitutions, the people you started. It just giving Poach 2.0,
And didn't we had one shot on target the entire game?
and Nkunku. That was it.
No, it was Jackson. It was off of that Jackson
No,
chance,
no, it was
right?
no, it was because Jackson was offside, so it doesn't really count as a shot.
He had
But
another chance.
Nkunku,
He had another chance where Ederson saved it, like for a ball from Lavia, a crazy pass from
well,
Lavia.
we had 3 on target.
Three, okay, that makes sense because I'm like Jackson had one, Kunku had one, so that's at least 2. All right, okay, but like still in the first half, did we have any shots on target in the first half?
I don't think we did,
I don't
man.
think we did.
I'm not sure if we did, man. Honestly, it's one thing to lose against champions, but it's another thing just to make common sense mistakes, like
Ederson
taking off
looks
Lavia instead of Caicedo. Like, how
is
did that make
yeah,
a difference?
because he wanted to go back to the double pivot of last season, but he forgot that it wasn't Enzo.
Didn't work.
It was Gallagher and Caicedo,
Yeah,
and then it was our left back helping them by coming inside.
yeah,
Like
right. I think the pressure just got to Maresca there. He just
yes,
stupid
yeah,
decisions.
and it's against his former boss,
Yeah,
so he's like playing mind games. Pep Pep beat him before the game even started.
yeah. Like I knew it was by starting like Caicedo, Lavia, and Fernandez at 10. I'm like,
I'm
what?
like, this game is over. This game is over.
Like, come
It's
on.
a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I believe that Caicedo's best thing for him is when he has one job, literally one job. But he can't play in a double pivot because there's too many responsibilities. But when you have one job, so like if he played a 4-3-3 with Caicedo as the main CDM, and then Lavia and Enzo as the 8, oh, that would have cooked. I'm
Yeah,
sure that would have cooked because
midfield three. I mean,
Caicedo would have known that your responsibility is to stand in front of the back line.
yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
Well, we will see how it evolves and how this coach manages to take care
Yeah,
of the
I'm,
squad.
I'm just saying, if you're going to start Caicedo and Lavia, don't do a double pivot.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
a three.
Caicedo brain doesn't function like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it has to be it being a 3, but
Yes.
at least we have that variation of our squad. I think Maresca is definitely going to learn more. Zach, I
It's going
have
to learn at the cost of us. that's
yeah.
that's the unfortunate part.
Zach, where do you see us finishing this season?
10th.
Damn.
Where do you see us?
I see us improving on our 6th place finish. Call me crazy, but I really think we can finish top 4.
We'll see.
I really think we'll
Because
qualify for Conference League. I really think we can
at
lead.
the
I really believe we can finish.
because remembering how we even finished 6th place,
It was
Bush pulled the magic out of a hat there.
it
So
was a miracle. Not only did we go on an insane run, but everybody else decided to
else was losing. So like, I don't think miracles happen twice in a row. If
Well,
it did, I'd be
that's the
happy.
thing. I don't think we're gonna need a miracle this time. Let's look at who we got coming up next.
It's not going to matter if we can't fix our defense.
That's the thing. Like, you believe like we're just not gonna fix our defense at all? It's
I
just not
don't know.
fixed.
We didn't really fix it much under Poach. Not that much. It got better, but
I
we
mean,
still conceded
under
63
Poach was
goals.
the
We
worst. The
conceded,
worst.
think about it. We conceded 63 goals with Thiago Silva.
Well, that's the thing. I personally don't believe. I believe we will concede less goals than we did. Like, it's just like bare minimum stuff for me. Do
Okay.
better than what Poach did.
I
That's
don't
all. And I
I don't
think
think he
with our
will.
squad, we
I
can.
don't think he will, and I don't think the owners will fire him because of what I'm hearing. He has a 5-year plan. Okay.
We clearly
Because
know.
Arteta, because I'm just going off of the other coaches that were given 5-year plans. Klopp finished 8th. Arteta finished like 10th or 12th. It's not easy, man. So I like I said, I hope magic strikes us twice because we can definitely look at the other people and put our middle fingers in the air so YouTube don't.
Well, I think
But
we clearly know who
realistic,
the pessimist is
yeah,
here and who the optimist. I think I'm opposite pessimist, but I
I think
think
I'm a
that
realist. Realist.
I think that
Realist.
you're I think that this is not Maresca isn't starting from zero.
No,
You know, he's not year zero for him. Is year one. He's
it's
building
years.
off of what
It's
coach did. It's not
years.
like he's starting from scratch and the players.
He has zero experience in the Premier League. He has zero experience in any league that matters. So it's year zero for him. What do you mean?
EFL experience is very good
No,
experience in England.
no.
So it's not like he's starting off from scratch. He's definitely not starting off from scratch. It's not like it's a brand new everything for him. So it's like you don't believe he's gonna you believe we're gonna have a worse season than last season, and I think
Based
we're gonna have
on,
a better season.
I don't think we're going to have a better season. No, based on like what, like even, and I don't blame him for preseason. And we still had a better preseason last year. Just saying. And I'm not even counting preseason with Maresca. I'm not. It's just out the garbage. And we still had a better preseason with Poach. Now, Poach had Thiago Silva. You know, he had some experienced players on that team. Maresca is trying to get rid of all the experienced players. Sterling, Chilwell, all of them. So, okay, what do you expect? What the Klopp's team was one of the youngest teams in the league. They finished 8th. Arsenal was one of the youngest teams in the league. They finished 10th.
Uh,
So it's like I said, like, hey, I wish we could all be Barcelona and start 3 17-year-olds and 2 20-year-olds and win. But we don't have that La Masia juice yet. So
either way, it's definitely gonna be a baptism by fire,
yeah.
starting with a conference league qualification up next, and
Who's our next league game?
Wolves away. Wolves, then Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton. You know the teams that love to beat up Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. What's his name? Fofana and Cole better get ready for Mateus Cunha.
Yep. Well, there is
At least they don't have Neto anymore.
yeah, yeah. Well, before we wrap this up, because we're over an hour now, there's
Yeah,
one last team that we didn't talk about. You know, Marcus would have thrown a fit if we didn't talk about them. Man City, champions again. Is it
yes,
going to be a 5-peat?
yes,
And with that, we have reached the end.
yeah. Like
it's it's a wrap. Thank you guys for listening.
thank you,
You know, this season we might do things a little bit more differently, seeing as it's me and Zach. You know, I think we're definitely more flexible with when we record and how often we want to do things. So
You might hop on a live here or there.
yep,
Never know.
this episode actually is being streamed live. Sorry, I should have told you. It's streaming live on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay.
Everybody's watching, and yeah, we're definitely gonna try new things. Gonna try to post more, content that's other than our usual episodes, and just try to really improve and experiment. So if you've been listening this far, thank you for listening.
Thank you to everyone.
Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.